Peace and blessings. Welcome everyone. This is John 4. Jesus learned that the Pharisees had heard about that he was making and baptizing more followers than John. But really, Jesus himself did not baptize anyone. His followers baptized people for him. So he left Judea and went back to Galilee. And on the way to Galilee, he had to go through the country of Samaria. And in Samaria, Jesus came to the town called Sychar, which is near the field that Jacob gave to his son Joseph. Jacob's well was there. So Jesus was tired from his long trip, so he sat down beside the well. And it was about noon. And a Samaritan woman came to the well to get some water. And Jesus said to her, "Please, give me a drink." And this happened while his followers were in town buying some food. And the woman answered, "I am surprised that you ask me for a drink. You are a Jew and I am a Samaritan woman." And Jesus answered, "You don't know what God can give you, and you don't know who I am, the one who asked you for a drink. If you knew, you would have asked me, and I would have given you living water." And the woman said, "Sir, where will you get that living water? The well is very deep, and you have nothing to get water with. Are you greater than our ancestor Jacob? He is the one who gave us this well. He drank from it himself, and his sons and all his animals drank from it too." And Jesus answered, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again. But anyone who drinks the water I give will never be thirsty again. The water I give people will be like a spring flowing inside them. It will bring them eternal life." And the woman said to Jesus, "Sir, give me this water, then I will never be thirsty again and won't have to come back here to get more water." And Jesus told her, "Go get your husband and come back." And the woman answered, "But I have no husband." And Jesus said to her, "You are right to say you have no husband. That's because although you have had 5 husbands, the man you live with now is not your husband. That much was the truth." And the woman said, "Sir, I can see that you are a prophet. Our fathers worshipped on this mountain, but you Jews say that Jerusalem is the place where people must worship." And Jesus said, "Believe me, woman, the time is coming when you will not have to be in Jerusalem or in this mountain to worship the Father. You Samaritans worship something you don't understand. We Jews understand what you worship, since salvation comes from the Jews. But the time is coming when the true worshippers will worship the Father in spirit and truth. In fact, the time is now here, and these are the kind of people the Father wants to be his worshippers. God is spirit, so the people who worship him must worship in spirit and truth." And the woman said, "I know that the Messiah is coming. He is the one called Christ. When he comes, he will explain everything to us." Then Jesus said, "He is talking to you now. I am the Messiah." And just then, Jesus' followers came back from town, and they were surprised because they saw Jesus talking with a woman. But none of them asked, "What do you want?" or "Why are you talking with her?" Then the woman left her water jar and went back to town. And she told the people there, "A man told me everything I have ever done. Come and see him. Maybe he is the Messiah." So the people left the town and went to see Jesus. And while the woman was in town, Jesus' followers were begging him, "Teacher, eat something." But Jesus answered, I have food to eat that you know nothing about." So the followers asked themselves, "Did someone already bring him some food?" And Jesus said, "My food is to do what the one who sent me wants me to do. My food is to finish the work that he gave me to do. When you plant, you always say, 4 more months to wait before we gather the grain. But I tell you, open your eyes and look at the fields. They are ready for harvesting now. Even now, the people who harvest the crop are being paid. They are gathering crops for eternal life. So now, the people who plant can be happy together with those who harvest." It is true when we say one person plants, but another person harvests the crop. I sent you to harvest a crop that you did not work for. Others did the work, and you get a profit from their work. Many of the Samaritan people in that town believed in Jesus, and they believed because of what the woman had told them about him. She had told them, "He told me everything I had ever done." And the Samaritans went to Jesus. They begged him to stay with them. So he stayed there 2 days. Many more people became believers because of the things he said. And the people said to the woman, "First, we believed in Jesus because of what you told us. But now we believe because we heard him ourselves. We know now that he really is the one who will save the world." 2 days later, Jesus left and went to Galilee. Jesus had said before that a prophet is not respected in his own country. When he arrived in Galilee, the people there welcomed him. They had been at the Passover festival in Jerusalem and had seen everything he did there. Jesus went to visit Cana in Galilee again. Cana is where he had changed the water into wine. And one of the king's important officials lived in the city of Capernaum. And this man's son was sick. The man heard that Jesus had come from Judea and was now in Galilee. So he went to Jesus and begged him to come to Capernaum and heal his son, who was almost dead. And Jesus said to him, "You people must see miraculous signs and wonders before you will believe in me." And the king's official said, "Sir, come before my little son dies." And Jesus answered, "Your son will live. Go." And the man believed what Jesus told him and went home. And on the way home, the man's servant came and met him, and they said, "Your son is well." And the man asked, "What time did my son begin to get well?" And they answered, "It was about 1 o'clock yesterday when the fever left him." And the father knew that 1 o'clock was when the same time that Jesus had said, "Your son will live." So the man and everyone in his house believed in Jesus. That was the second miraculous signs that Jesus did after coming from Judea to Galilee. Amen. And I will finish this reading with Psalm 17. Hear a just cause, O Lord, attend to my cry. Give ear to my prayer, which is not from deceitful lips. Let my vindication come from your presence. Let your eyes look on the things that are upright. You have tested my heart. You have visited me in the night. You have tried me and have found nothing. I have purposed that my mouth shall not transgress. Concerning the works of man, by the word of your lips, I have kept away from the paths of the destroyer. Uphold my steps in your paths, that my footsteps may not slip. I have called upon you, for you will hear me, O God. Incline your ear to me, and hear my speech. Show your marvelous loving kindness by your right hand, O you who save those who trust in you, from those who rise up against them. Keep me as the apple of your eye. Hide me under the shadow of your wings, from the wicked who oppress me, from my deadly enemies who surround me. They have closed up their fat hearts. With their mouths they speak proudly. They have now surrounded us in our steps. They have set their eyes, crouching down to the earth, as a lion is eager to tear his prey, and like a young lion lurking in secret places. Arise, O Lord, confront him, cast him down, deliver my life from the wicked with your sword, with your hand from men, O Lord, from men of the world who have their portion in this life, and whose belly you will fill with your hidden treasure. They are satisfied with children and leave the rest of their possession for their babies. As for me, I will see your face in righteousness. I shall be satisfied when I awake in your likeness. Amen to that. Thank you everyone for listening. God bless you all. That was John 4 and Psalm 17. Peace be with you all.